Hello and welcome to today's GK program. On this auspicious occasion of Independence Day, we extend our warm wishes to you. To make this day more special, we will be covering some of the important facts related to India's independence in today's episode. So let's begin today's episode. First of all, let's begin with previous day's practice question. Question was, consider the following statements regarding the One District, One Product wall. 1. It aims to promote indigenous crafts and artisans of rural self-help groups of women. 2. It falls under the Department of Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. Recently, the One District, One Product and Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana National Rural Livelihoods Mission joined hands to launch ODOP Wall. This collaboration aims to drive consumers towards emporia, boosting sales and increasing the visibility of the sale of articles of rural artisans society products even further to promote indigenous crafts and artisans of rural SHGs women. Hence, statement 1 is correct. It is an initiative under the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, which aims to make people self-reliant by fostering balanced regional development across all districts of the country. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Now, let's begin today's episode. First question is, consider the following statements regarding the provision of the India Independence Act of 1947. 1. The country would be divided into India and Pakistan. 2. The British government would give away partial of its powers to the newly two-formed nations. 3. The Radcliffe Line was decided upon demarcating India from Pakistan. How many of the statements given above is or are correct? Only 1, only 2, all 3 or none. The correct answer is option B, only 2. The Indian Independence Act of 1947 received the royal assent and entered into the force on 18th July 1947. This act put into action the Mountbatten Plan for the independence and partition of India. It was an act of the British Parliament that partitioned India into two independent dominions of India and Pakistan. Hence, statement 1 is correct. According to this act, the British government would give away full powers to the two newly formed nations. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Pakistan became independent on 14th August and India on 15th August 1947. Muhammad Ali Jinnah was appointed Pakistan's Governor-General and Lord Mountbatten was India's Governor-General. On 17 August 1947, the border line that separated India from Pakistan known as the Radcliffe Line. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding the Flag Code of India. 1. It was brought into effect on August 15, 2002. 2. The tricolour cannot be used for commercial purposes. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option B, 2 only. The Flag Code of India, brought into effect on January 26, 2002, acts as an overarching umbrella that brings together all laws, conventions, practices, and instructions for the use, display, and hoisting of the national flag of India. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. The code states that a member of the public, private organization, or educational institute is allowed to hoist the national flag on all days and occasions, ceremonial or otherwise, consistent with the dignity and honor of the flag. The tricolour cannot be used for commercial purposes and cannot be dipped in salute to any person or thing. Hence, statement 2 is correct. The flag cannot be used as a festoon or any kind of decoration purposes. The flags that conform to the specifications as laid down by the Bureau of Indian Standards and bear their mark can only be used for official display. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Next question is, which of the following State Reorganization Commission or commissions suggested formation of states on linguistic basis? 1. Dhar Commission. 2. JVP Committee. Select the correct code given below. 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option D, neither 1 nor 2. The integration of princely states with the rest of India has purely an ad hoc arrangement. There has been a demand from different regions, particularly South India, for reorganization of states on a linguistic basis. Accordingly, in June 1948, the Government of India appointed the Linguistic Provinces Commission under the chairmanship of 𝐾𝐫𝐢𝐬𝐡𝐭𝐢 to examine the feasibility of this. It recommended the reorganization of states on the basis of administrative convenience rather than linguistic factors. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. Another Linguistic Provinces Committee consisted of Jawaharlal Nehru, Vallabhbhai Patel and Pattabhi Sitaramayya and hence was popularly known as JVP Committee, was appointed in December 1948. It submitted its report in April 1949 and formally rejected language as the basis for reorganization of states. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Therefore, option D is the correct answer. Next question is, which of the following statements regarding the Constituent Assembly of India is or are correct? 1. The Assembly was elected indirectly by the members of the provincial legislative assemblies. 2. The elections were held on the basis of universal adult franchisee. Select the correct answer using the code given below. 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option A, 1 only. The Constituent Assembly of India was elected to write the Constitution of India. It consists of indirectly elected representatives and was established to draft a constitution for India. The Constituent Assembly consisted of 389 members, of which 292 were elected by the elected members of the provincial legislative assemblies, while 93 members were nominated by the princely states. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Universal adult franchisee means that the right to vote should be given to all adult citizens without discrimination of caste, class, color, religion, or gender. It is based on equality, which is a basic principle of democracy. In India, the universal adult franchisee was introduced only in the post-independence period during the first general elections to the Lok Sabha and the state assemblies. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Next question is, consider the following pairs. 1. Jawaharlal Nehru, first President of India. 2. Red Fort, hoisting of the national flag. 3. Quit India movement, launched in 1942. 4. National anthem, written by Rabindranath Tagore. How many pairs given above are correctly matched? Only 1 pair, only 2 pairs, only 3 pairs, or all the 4 pairs? The correct answer is option C, only 3 pairs. Jawaharlal Nehru was the first Prime Minister of India, not the President, and he played a pivotal role in India's struggle for independence and later served as the Prime Minister after independence. Hence, pair 1 is not correctly matched. The Red Fort in Delhi is the iconic location where the Indian national flag is hoisted by the Prime Minister of India every year on 15th August to commemorate Independence Day. Hence, pair 2 is correctly matched. The Quit India movement was a significant civil disobedience movement launched by Mahatma Gandhi in 1942, demanding an end to British colonial rule in India. Hence, pair 3 is correctly matched. The national anthem of India is titled Jan Gan Man. The song was originally composed in Bengali by India's first Nobel laureate, Rabindranath Tagore, on 11 December 1911. Hence, pair 4 is correctly matched. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding the Quit India movement. 1. It was launched on August 8, 1942 under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi. 2. There was no instances of violent clashes during the movement. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option A, 1 only. The Quit India movement was launched on August 8, 1942. It was led by Mahatma Gandhi with the aim of demanding an end to British rule in India. Hence, statement 1 is correct. While the movement did receive significant support, it led to widespread protest, demonstrations and clashes with the British authorities. The movement's call for non-violent resistance was not always followed and instances of violence did occur. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Next question is, the Mountbatten Plan is talked about in which of the following situations or context? The formulation of a new political structure in the Constituent Assembly, the immediate transfer of power based on the grant of dominion status, the creation of dominions and constituent assemblies in case of partition, or the decision-making process for Punjab, Bengal, Sindh, NWFP and Sylhet district. The correct answer is option B. The Mountbatten Plan, which was proposed during a crucial phase of India's struggle for independence in the 1940s. The plan aimed to expedite the transfer of power from British colonial rule to Indian control. It introduced the idea of granting dominion status to India, allowing for immediate self-governance. The plan suggested granting dominion status to India with the option of secession. This meant that India would have self-governing powers within the British Commonwealth, but also the right to secede and become fully independent. The plan proposed that the Punjab and Bengal legislative assemblies would vote on partition based on religious lines. The plan envisioned the creation of two dominions, India and Pakistan. Each dominion would have its own constituent assembly to draft its constitution and governance structure. The plan allowed Sindh to make its own decision regarding partition or integration. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding the India's policy of non-alignment. 1. It aimed to maintain independence from both the Western Bloc led by the United States and the Eastern Bloc led by the Soviet Union. 2. It was primarily championed by Indira Gandhi, who emphasized India's need to align with one of the superpowers for economic and military support. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option A, 1 only. The Non-Aligned Movement or NAM was founded in 1961 during the Cold War era. It emerged as a group of nations that did not align themselves with either of the two superpower blocs, the United States-led Western Bloc or the Soviet Union-led Eastern Bloc. India's policy of non-alignment indeed aimed to keep a neutral stance and not align with any of the major power blocs during the Cold War era. Hence, statement 1 is correct. The movement was prominently championed by leaders like Jawaharlal Nehru of India, Gamal Abdel Nasser of Egypt, Sukarno of Indonesia, and Josip Broz Tito of Yugoslavia. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. It advocated for nuclear disarmament and arms control, emphasizing the need for reducing the arms race and preventing the proliferation of nuclear weapons. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding Desai-Liaquat Pact. 1. It was signed in 1950 with the aim to resolve the issue of the treatment and protection of minorities in India and Pakistan. 2. It was primarily negotiated between Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru of India and Prime Minister Liaquat Ali Khan of Pakistan. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. The Desai-Liaquat Pact, officially known as the Agreement between the Government of India and the Government of Pakistan regarding the security, rights and rehabilitation of minorities, was signed on April 8, 1950 in Delhi, India. Hence, statement 1 is correct. The primary objective of the pact was to address the concerns and protection of minority communities, particularly Hindus and Sikhs in Pakistan and Muslims in India in the wake of partition and communal violence in 1947. The pact was negotiated between Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru of India and Prime Minister Liaquat Ali Khan of Pakistan. Hence, statement 2 is correct. The issues of protection of minorities continued to persist due to factors like political instability, communal tensions, and evolving domestic situations in both countries. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Last question is, consider the following statements concerning the princely state of India. 1. The princely states were actively involved in the Quit India movement, aligning themselves with the Indian National Congress call for complete independence. 2. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel played a pivotal role in negotiations regarding the integration of princely states into the newly independent India. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option B, 2 only. The princely states' involvement varied, and many princely states were cautious in their approach due to concerns over their autonomy and future status. For the most part, princely states did not actively participate in the Quit India movement. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. The integration of princely states into the newly independent India was a complex and challenging process. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel played a pivotal role in negotiations and persuasion to encourage princely states to accede to the Indian Union. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Now it's time for the practice question. Consider the following statements regarding fundamental duties in relation to the national flag of India. 1. It is a fundamental duty for every citizen of India to protect and respect the national flag. 2. The fundamental duty related to the national flag was added to the Indian Constitution during its original framing in 1950. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. Send the answer of this question in the comment section. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.